Hello, friends. How is everybody doing this awesome Thursday? Hope you guys are settling into your January, into your new year. Let me just make sure my sound is going good. Let me know when you're tuning in from and say hello when you are tuning in. So let me just go ahead and make sure our sound is good. Perfect. Okay, so let's get started. We are actually going to go over gentle detoxing with CMOS. In fact, CMOS is going to be something that's going to be consistently working with your body and cleansing your body and detoxing from all these, bad things you're eating, even like these, just minerals, vitamins, things like that that's going to add into your diet. We're going to go over all the things, and I even have some really awesome recipes and little ideas for you guys to add CMOS into your everyday to make this super easy for you. Like I said, we are starting my wellness journey or restarting it. I've been a little bit off track. It's been a little stressful, and CMOS has been incredible, helping me get through some of that. However, I really do need to be mindful and get back on healthy eating, and trying to cleanse and detox my body of some of those things that I've been not been very mindful eating. So definitely getting back on track. So let's go over all the things. Feel free to give us a subscribe so you guys can get notifications when we do go live. And just so you guys are aware, in the description box, there's a link to their Amazon storefront. That is their True Sea Moss Amazon storefront. So you guys can go ahead and grab all of those items that I'll be showing you and talking to you about today, in their Amazon storefront. So feel free to go ahead, give them a follow there as well, and make sure you're subscribing here for True Sea Moss as well. Again, you're going to find all those products, and you can shop the products we're talking about in their Amazon storefront. That's linked in the description box. So let's go ahead and get started. How is everybody doing in the beginning of this week? In this month rather? I mean, been a little bit of a struggle. It's just something that, starting off in a new year, things like that, I feel like is just really sometimes a little bit of a struggle. And we are going to get there slowly but surely. We are going to be working on our wellness routine, getting back on track, and just really trying to be a little bit more healthy when it comes to our daily routine. And I don't want you guys to be overwhelmed. I feel like sometimes when I'm talking about like a wellness journey or a health journey, it sounds a little bit overwhelming. And I don't want you guys to feel that way. You want to do this a little at a time. You want to make sure that this is going to be something you want to stick with. Consistency is absolutely the key. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to roll this little video for you. And just before we do get started, I just want to make sure you know that I am here for informational purposes only. I'm speaking to you guys about my firsthand testimonial about my true CMOS and my CMOS experience, my kind of reviews about all of their products, and just the benefits that we have been feeling in my house and personally. I've been on CMOS for 7 months now, which is actually pretty insane. I have never stuck this long with actually taking a supplement before, because I never really saw real results. Adding CMOS into my life has been super transformative. It has been really life changing. Everything from hormones, from gut health, from energy levels, all the things. And we're going to go over some of that in a little bit. But before we get started, please feel free to go give us a subscribe here on True CMOS. And you can always click that little bell button as well so you guys can get notifications when we do go live. So let's go ahead and roll this video. Gentle Detox, just adding CMOS in, starting off your 2026 the right way, okay? Always important to go ahead and make sure that you do have this discussion with your healthcare provider just to make sure that CMOS is going to be safe for you to use. So definitely want to make sure that you go ahead and have that conversation. CMOS is incredible, not just for you as an adult, but also for your children, and you can also give it to your pets. So absolutely have that conversation with all of their healthcare providers just to make sure that this is going to be safe for you to use. I'm not a medical professional, so I can't give you that advice, but I can certainly tell you how it's been benefiting my life personally. So definitely make sure that you have that conversation with your doctor. So, how is it works and proposed benefits? Let's go over some of this. This is some of the reasons why CMOS can actually help detox your body. And what I mean by that is we are going to use your kidneys. We are going to use natural detoxing ways every single time you're taking your CMOS to cleanse and to get rid of those toxins in your body. So let's just go over some of these ways that CMOS can actually help you with this. Sea moss contains essential nutrients like iodine, potassium, calcium, and antioxidants. Digestive support, it provides a type of soluble fiber that may help waste and toxins through the digestive tract. Organ support. The minerals in sea moss may support the function of liver and kidneys, the body's primary detox organs, and nutrient boost. It provides a wide range of vitamins and minerals, helping to nourish the body during a cleanse. Unlike some harsh detox programs that can deplete your nutrients. So, how many of you have actually tried those detox cleanses that are really harsh, that really actually don't make you feel good when you're going through it at all? You have to stay close to home or at home just to make sure that you are close to a bathroom. And it's depleting your body of those minerals and vitamins that it absolutely needs. So if you're not replenishing those, it could actually do more harm than good. So you want to make sure if you're doing these cleanses to make sure that you're replacing these minerals and vitamins. But sea moss is going to do this for you naturally, supporting your kidney function, and it is going to support your liver. This way you can all the time kind of get rid of those toxins and not just have to go through these really harsh cleanses. This is very gentle on your system, which I appreciate because I am not all about those really harsh cleanses. Been there, done that, and they're really not fun. So definitely go ahead and try some sea moss to kind of help your body get rid of these toxins. Here are some little drink recipes I came up for with you guys. And I actually have some other little videos here included. We'll get to those in a little bit of some of my favorite little recipes and ways that I have incorporated sea moss into my everyday. Drink recipes. Once you have the gel, or you can also do this with the drops. You can do this with the green powder, and I've done it with all different. I've done it with all of these. Once you have the gel or the drops, you can add 1 to 2 tablespoons or 1 to 2 dropperfuls into various drinks, which is my favorite way to get a nice detoxing effect from your sea moss. But I also really like to bake and cook with it. I like to take it by itself, so you don't have to just add it into drinks, but I do really like doing that. Sea moss lemonade. Now they do have lemonades by themselves. Absolutely. This is just one that I have on hand. We drank all the other ones. They're so delicious. And they came out with a ton of different flavors. They came out with like elderberry, passion fruit, watermelon, mint. They also came out with like a cherry one. And I haven't tried those yet, and I'm super excited to do that. You can check those out in the Amazon storefront, but they have a ton of different ones. They do have the sea moss lemonades, which is like an electrolyte. They're super delicious. If you guys want to give those a try, in the True Sea Moss Amazon storefront, they come in a 4 pack. They also have a sampler with has lemon, pina colada, mango, and they also have mango, pina colada, and mixed berry. All really very good. That's the one that we had. They're all gone except for the mango one, but that was actually my second one sampler set. So we did try all the flavors. Really very good. Anyways, I like to actually go ahead and make my own sea moss lemonade, kind of like a detox kind of morning kind of drink. So combine sea moss gel or your drops or even your greens. I like for this recipe to use either the drops or the gel. Freshly squeezed lemon juice, cucumber slices, and water for a refreshing, hydrating drink. You can also add in some like apple cider vinegar into that as well if you would like to do that. But that is super refreshing. It definitely helps clearing out your kidneys and really help with clean urine, get rid of some of those toxins in your body, and really very refreshing and hydrating. You could also add some like turmeric in there if you wanted to. You could also add some ginger in there if you wanted to, and it's either gonna further that detoxing kind of effect, and it even is going to jumpstart your metabolism as well. Green detox smoothie. Now, I did include still the one that we went over the other day, which was the Wicked themed smoothie. So you guys can check that out. But I have used the greens in smoothies many of times. It's one of my personal favorite products. This is what it looks like. Super delicious, you guys. And it has 8 powerful blends in there, if you guys can check those out. It does have your spirulina, it has your ashwagandha in there, it does have your matcha green tea, it has your Irish sea moss, it does have your apple cider vinegar, elderberry, lion's mane in there, all of the things. This is like an all-in-one type of drink. And they also came out with stick packs. I have the picture for you guys here on this video, so you guys will see that as well, which is actually super smart. So you can take the greens with you wherever you go, even if it's like on the go to the office or to work, or if you're going on vacations or anything like that. It's a really easy way to carry your greens with you. We also have blender sea moss gel with spinach or kale. I actually like to use the green powder for something like this, or I will actually use the apple drops. I actually have a recipe for that one. I'm not sure if I included it, but I can do that next time. Spinach or kale, a fruit like apple or kiwi, almond milk or coconut water, and an extra vitamin and fiber boost with your sea moss in there as well. So you can absolutely do something along that line. You could also do like a sea moss tea, which you guys know I'm obsessed when it comes to putting sea moss in my tea. It really loves warm liquids, you guys, and I really do enjoy putting that into a tea. It's very soothing, really quite delicious. So you can do that. Stir any of your favorite gels in there, any favorite of your drops in there. Just steep your favorite tea. This is actually one of my favorite combinations. I do have, and there's 2 different ways you can actually do this. So this is one of my favorite teas, especially when I'm not feeling too great. This is the Echinacea Plus. You guys can find this on Amazon. I'm sure they have it. And I also like to use the elderberry drops or the elderberry gel. So I will use the elderberry gel or the drops in there, or I will use the elderberry gel. So let me go ahead and see if I can find the gel for you guys. Elderberry is quite amazing. It's definitely a favorite one of ours. We use it all of the time in all different things. This is the elderberry gel. And how you want to do it is steep your tea, um, set it to the side for about 30 seconds, and then you can go ahead and add your sea moss in. You just never want to add your sea moss, any sort of sea moss, whether it's the drops, the greens, or the gel, into like boiling water because it's going to actually cook out those nutrients. So you want to make sure that the liquid is just below boiling. You can bake with it. You can put it in casseroles, soups, stews, things like that. Actually, I made a soup today and I actually used the capsules and put the powder into the soup today. So you can absolutely do that. Just make sure you do it after you take it off the heat. That's how I like to do it. Let's keep on going. If anybody has any questions, you can feel free to put them in the chat box. If I don't know the answer, I'll find the answer out for you. There are a ton of different ways to incorporate your sea moss into your everyday, you guys. It is not hard to do, and I promise you, you are going to feel the difference. You're going to feel that energy support. You're definitely going to feel that natural energy that your body really needs, and really going to feel so much better. The bloat is going to be taken down, which is something that I was working on. You're not going to feel as heavy. You're going to feel a little lighter, all of the things. So here's some of a little bit more of a background of why sea moss helps with detoxing, with stress relief, which is also kind of detoxing your body and your mood. And I think that's super important. Even more important than all the things is managing your stress level. So sea moss binds to toxins and heavy metals. Sea moss contains organic compounds like alginates, a type of fiber called carrageenan, which can bind to heavy metals and waste products in the intestines and help flush them out of the body. So sea moss actually helps to keep things going more efficiently, much easier, and really it really is super helpful if you guys struggle with any kind of like digestion issues or anything along that line. Promotes gut health. It acts as a prebiotic, feeding the beneficial gut bacteria. A healthy gut microbiome is vital for breaking down toxins before they are absorbed and ensuring efficient waste elimination through regular bowel movements. Um, I know that's uncomfortable to talk about. Who likes to talk about being backed up and constipated? I sure don't. It's kind of embarrassing, but we all go through it. And CMOS can be really helpful with you in that way. This way, you guys can readily get rid of those toxins in your body without holding on to them when you are constipated. Not a fun thing to talk about and uncomfortable, but we're being truthful here and honest. And this is all about learning some different ways that CMOS can help you. Supports liver function. We kind of touched on that before. The liver is the main detoxification organ. Sea moss contains antioxidants like vitamin C, zinc, and selenium that protect liver and cells from damage, and anti-inflammatory compounds that reduce liver inflammation, making the organ more efficient at processing toxins. So it's definitely going to support your liver function absolutely with all those minerals like vitamin C, zinc, and selenium. So it definitely can help detoxify your body much more efficiently as well. Provides essential minerals. So sea moss is rich in over 90 minerals, including iodine, potassium, and magnesium. These are minerals are necessary for the enzymes involved in the body's natural detoxification pathways to function properly. So it really does contain over 90 minerals, you guys. Your body needs 102. Sea moss contains over 90 in every single serving. Think about that. That's pretty incredible. Aids kidney function. Again, we touched on this a little bit before. Let's go over this. The potassium and other electrolytes in sea moss help support kidney function, which is essential for filtering blood and removing waste through the urine. So it is going to help you actually urinate more, which is something that's really good. You're not going to hold on to that water weight. It's going to help you release those toxins and get rid of those. So it really does help with your kidney function as well. Like I said, sea moss is like an all-in-one sea superfood multivitamin. It really is quite amazing. Helps to reduce mucus and inflammation. So, traditionally used as an expectorant, sea moss may help loosen phlegm and mucus in a respiratory system, furthering aiding in the body in clearing waste. Its anti-inflammatory properties overall support detoxification processes that can be impaired by chronic inflammation. So, if you are somebody who struggles with allergies, or somebody who is always getting sinus infections, or anything along that line, if you are battling cold and flu this season, something along that line, CMOS can actually really help you with that. It loosens the mucus, it helps to efficiently get rid of that congestion, which is going to help you feel better. It's going to take that inflammation down, and it's not going to be, backing you up in your sinuses, and it's really going to help clear you out. If you didn't know about this, for centuries, they have actually used sea moss for cold and flu reasons. They also used it for medicinal properties, which is pretty incredible. This is something they have been using for thousands of years, you guys. This is not something that is new. Yes, this is being talked about so much more. Yes, this is like a fad or becoming viral. But this is something that's been around for a really, really long time. They have used it for nutritional value. They have used it for famines, the Irish potato famine, and they used it for helping people feel fuller for longer periods of time, replacing that nutritional kind of gap where they're not weren't getting enough nutrition, and they were kind of substituting that and adding sea moss in to kind of fill those nutritional gaps. And they were using it for wound healing. They were using it for cold and flu. So this has been around for a really, really long time. So that is why I have actually done the research and decided to try sea moss. Not just because I heard some celebrities were trying it, but because this has been around and proven to really help with some of these things. So definitely do your own research. I encourage you guys to do that, because that's exactly what I did before starting CMOS, was definitely doing some research. But that is pretty amazing. And I will tell you this, I have struggled with allergies my entire life. In fact, I used to be on medication like Zyrtec every single day. You guys, especially in the fall, like when the leaves are falling with like mold and mildew. I also really struggle in the springtime when things are blooming. I also really struggle when people are cutting grass outside. So, yeah, I have allergies and they've been really, really bad for the past couple of years. And I will tell you this, since taking CMOS, I don't have to take Zyrtec every day anymore, which is pretty amazing. Actually has been helping with my allergies. So if you guys struggle with that, maybe it will help you too. I'm just telling you about how it's been beneficial for me in that way. Here are some ways that you can actually use CMOS to detox. So CMOS can be incorporated into your routine in several different ways. Adding a tablespoon of CMOS gel or powder into smoothies, juices, or teas. And you're going to see that in some of the videos coming up. Mix it into soups or other meals. Take it in capsule form for for convenience. Now, that is one of the thing I will say. I love the fact that True Moss has tons of different options, tons of different ways that you can actually take your sea moss. These are the capsules, you guys. They have two different ones. I don't have the elderberry one here, but this is the Irish sea moss, regular sea moss capsules. This does have 1,600 milligrams, 92 essential vitamins and minerals. 4 capsules is your recommended dosage every single day. And they also have ones that have elderberry in there as well. Really easy. You don't have to refrigerate them if you're going on vacation or traveling. You don't have somewhere to store like the gel that has to be refrigerated. This is a really good option for you guys. So definitely go ahead and take advantage of the capsules. I think they're really underestimating how amazing these are. They're really very good, and really very easy to take. They're actually not that big. So if you're somebody who has trouble like swallowing capsules, this is a great size. It's probably like the size of a extra strength Tylenol. So really good. If you guys want to grab them, you know where to get them in the Amazon storefront. But really awesome way to take your sea moss. Like I said, they have the drops here. There's 3 different ones. These are like my most favorite, you guys. And I'm so excited they have them back in stock. Um, they had them out of stock for a really long time. So I do encourage you guys, if you are thinking of trying sea moss, or if you just know of a product that you really love, they always are running out because they are always selling out of items. So really definitely make sure that you're checking out when they are in stock. In fact, a lot of their gels are actually out of stock right now, but these just came back in stock and these are just as good. They're probably one of my favorite products. They have 3 different ones. They have the elderberry and black seed oil. They have your spirulina and burdock root strawberry, and then you have your burdock root and your bladderwrack, which is like an apple kind of Jolly Rancher kind of taste. All really good. So definitely check those out. So let's go ahead and get moving on. We have a lot to cover, you guys, so I need to stop talking so much. Okay, so let's keep going. How sea moss helps with bloating. So feeds beneficial gut bacteria. The prebiotics in sea moss nourish good gut bacteria, which can lead to better digestion, reducing inflammation, and less gas and bloating. Sea moss will also help kind of repair your gut as well. It will not only kind of get rid of like the bad gut bacteria, but it will also help repair it as well. When your gut is healthy, it's going to absorb these minerals, vitamins, and nutrients the way it should. It's going to be able to use those nutrients in your body the way your body wants it to be used. When your gut health is actually not in check, it's not able to absorb those nutrients, and you probably aren't getting them the way you're supposed to be. So, gut bacteria, really want to manage and make sure that you're healing your gut and actually going ahead and repairing it as well. And CMOS can help you with that. Um, yeah, one of my favorite things is not feeling as bloated, not feeling as gassy, and not feeling like heavy, which is something that I was really struggling with. Promotes regularity. Again, sorry, TMI, but as a natural laxative high in fiber, sea moss can soften stool and help regulate bowel movements, which prevent the buildup of waste that can cause bloating, can also make you feel really nauseous, can make you feel just very heavy and sluggish. When you are not getting rid of that waste in your body, it can really overall affect your mood. If your gut is really not in check, serotonin is produced in your gut. It can really affect like your mood with depression and anxiety. You're going to see it in like maybe your complexion. You're going to not have a great looking complexion. You might have like dull looking or breaking out with acne, things like that. So, really, definitely want to make sure your gut health is in check. Making sure that you're using the bathroom more efficiently, easily, and making sure that it is more frequent is actually going to help you tremendously. Um, yeah, and CMOS with that mucilagenic effect that we always talk about, that mucilagenic kind of texture actually helps move things along much more smoothly as well, if you know what I'm talking about. Just putting it out there. Provides essential minerals. CMOS is rich in minerals like magnesium, which plays a crucial role in digestive health by helping regulate stomach acids. I am somebody in my family that was actually struggling with a lot of like indigestion. My husband was, my older son was, and I don't know, my older son is not even doing this anymore, but he was actually taking apple cider vinegar shots because he was actually really suffering from indigestion and just heartburn all the time. He no longer does that. I haven't seen him doing that, but he's been taking his CMOS, so it's really been helping him with that. CMOS may help with stress. Again, something we really have to be mindful of by providing essential nutrients like magnesium and tryptophan, which help the nervous system and support the production of mood stabilizing serotonin. Its antioxidants combat oxidative stress and inflammation, while its omega-3 fatty acids support overall brain health and reduce inflammation that can contribute to mood disturbances. So, magnesium, tryptophan, are all going to help increase in the mood stabilizing serotonin. It's going to help with your mood and really stabilize that, not so much up and down. It's going to help with anxiety. It's also going to help with depression. Sometimes when you are feeling that way, your body doesn't have the proper nutrients, and you may not even notice that until you start adding something like CMOS into your life, honestly. Magnesium. This mineral has calming effects on the nervous system, helps regulate the stress hormone response, and can reduce anxiety. Tryptophan is an amino acid that is a precursor to serotonin, which helps regulate mood and can alleviate symptoms of stress. So, we have some actually really amazing products with your magnesium and some ashwagandha, which is ashwagandha is pretty incredible for stress. It also really helps with sleep support as well. They have these awesome gummies here. Just so you guys can see, they do come into this bottle like this. This is a full month supply. This is 60 gummies, 30-day supply, two gummies for an adult, one gummy for a child. And they're super delicious. I'm going to tell you that right now. Gummies are like one of our favorite products from True Sea Moss. I like a variety of all of them, but I'll tell you this, my husband and my sons love the gummies. And they all have the same benefits to them. You're always going to get those nutrients, just like we're talking about, those minerals and vitamins. It doesn't matter which product that you choose, it just matters that you're going to stay consistent with them. So if you find that you like the gummies better, go with the gummies. If you want something easy to take with the rest of your vitamins, go with the capsules. So many different ways that you can incorporate sea moss into your diet. But they have come in two different ways. So they come in this little jar here, or they come in a travel pouch, which is super easy to take with you if you're somebody who's traveling. Put them in your purse, keep them at the office, something along that line. Really very easy. But they do come in these two different ways. You guys can definitely grab them like that. Really awesome for mood support, you guys. Okay. Okay, let's keep on going. So if anybody has any questions, like I said, feel free to put them in the chat box. Antioxidants, these protect the body from damage caused by free radicals, which can contribute to stress-related issues. Omega-3 fatty acids, these support brain health, reduce inflammation, and can lead to improved mental clarity and emotional stability. So that is one of the things that I have actually been saying. My mental clarity, brain fog, that sort of thing has improved drastically. I'm in that perimenopause kind of age. Also have a slowing thyroid, among other things, but it's really been actually quite amazing when it does come to brain fog and to mental clarity. It makes you feel like you're alert. It also makes you just feel like you're not so foggy brained, which I hate walking around like that. Sometimes you lose your words, you forget where you're putting things, you're just not feeling very clear minded. And it really does help with that for sure. I also feel like my hormones have leveled out tremendously. I am somebody who struggles with PMS and really bad PMS right before. My moods would be very much fluctuating, specifically like a week beforehand. My husband, poor husband, and, and sons will like run. They could even tell me before I'm actually knowing I'm PMSing. And nobody wants to feel that way, honestly. I would get very bad cramps. I would also have very heavy bleeding. And I'll tell you something, it's been improving drastically. I don't really feel like I'm so much like on a roller coaster. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but it definitely has helped a lot with hormone support. This is one of my most favorite ones for hormone support and for immune support. This is their 5-in-1 gel. It really is quite amazing, and it does have five amazing blends in here. It has your ashwagandha, your black seed oil, your ginger, your vitamin C, and obviously your Irish sea moss. I love to pair this with that sleepy time tea. The ashwagandha really helps with calming and anxiety, and I love to take this one at night specifically. And that's my favorite tea to mix it in. It's like a sleepy time chamomile tea, and that is the one that I love to put like a little teaspoon or tablespoon, just depends if I had sea moss already that day, into my tea. It's really quite delicious. I will tell you that it does have a very ginger flavor to it, and a little bit hint of a mango. So it's not my favorite when it comes to taste, but it is my favorite when it comes to the benefits. It's really awesome. So definitely recommend you guys trying this one. Um, again, this is all I do is I just steep the tea. That's the sleepy time tea that I like to use with chamomile. I put that 5-in-1 gel in there, and then I just put a little honey in there. It's so soothing, you guys. It really is quite amazing. Definitely feel like you should give that one a try. Definitely one of our favorite recipes here. And I use that even when I'm like not feeling well, or if I feel like I'm coming down with something. This is the tea that I go to, or the elderberry one is another one that I like around that time. Okay. So, and you can see there just by that video, when you do go ahead and mix that gel into there, it actually does not even, you can't even like tell. It blends in so smoothly. And you're not going to even tell that the sea moss is in there. You're just going to taste the flavor of that particular gel, but you're not even going to tell. There's no like chunks in there. It blends in, it just melts into that tea beautifully. Eat more whole foods. So let me just tell you, this is what I was talking about with the green powder. So this is the entire month's worth in this jar, but they came out with those stick packs. So if you don't know if you're going to like the greens, or you're somebody who travels a lot and just wants to take the greens with you. That's what I wanted to use them for when we went on vacation this past summer. I didn't take it because I didn't want to lug this entire container with me. But this is one of my favorite things they came out with. So supports heart health. Let me go ahead and read this to you. Eat more whole foods. Those are those little stick packs of the greens. Daily Superfood Boost combines 25 organic ingredients like sea moss, moringa, matcha, and spirulina to support energy and digestion and immunity. It's an adaptogen blend with ashwagandha, ginseng, turmeric, and green tea to help reduce stress, boost metabolism, and promote natural detox. Again, we're talking about detoxing our bodies. Antioxidant and immune support includes elderberry, lion's mane, reishi, and pomegranate for daily antioxidant properties and plant-based immune support. So, green powder is absolutely one of my favorites. I say this to you guys all of the time, and I do actually use it quite often. Everybody's body is unique and responds differently with different nutrients. Some people feel changes right away within a week, while others it takes a little bit longer. So give your body time to adjust. Not everybody's going to feel the effects of taking sea moss right away. It took me about almost 2 weeks to really start feeling that energy support. Longer for other things like sleep, like hormone support, things along that line. Within a month, I was feeling incredible. And I really started feeling all those benefits like for myself within that month. I just started feeling my body change, my mood kind of changing. My cycle was a little bit different that following month, and it just started improving. So, definitely give your body some time to get adjusted to these nutrients and sea moss in general. And again, just make sure you're having that conversation with your doctor just to make sure that it's going to be something that's beneficial for you. Many users share that regular use improves energy, digestion, and overall wellness, though the results vary per person. Absolutely. CMOS is known for supporting the immune system and promoting gut health. Absolutely. Real stories, real results. I do encourage you to go online, go to the Amazon storefront, click on some of their items, and go read some of their reviews. You can also probably research it here on YouTube, some of the reviews when it comes to CMOS. It's life changing. You can see everybody's feeling improvements in their life. Some are different than others, but everybody's kind of saying more similar kind of things. So definitely encourage you guys to check that out. These are some of these reviews. Let's see. It makes my skin glow. Feels like somebody flipped a switch. Like I said, when it comes to that mental clarity and brain fog, absolutely has been super helpful for me personally. Um, let's see. Okay, increased vitality. Let me go ahead and read this one. High quality CMOS significantly enhances your daily energy levels, helping you feel refreshed and ready to take on the day. Again, this is a natural sustained energy. This is not something like you're going to feel when you have coffee or something along that line and caffeine. It's going to be energy that's going to get you through the entire day, which is exactly what I needed. I was feeling very jittery, kind of like with that taking too much caffeine. I would have like 3 cups of coffee a day, you guys, which is pretty insane. That's actually not advisable, too much. So if you guys are feeling sluggish, if you're feeling like you don't have that natural energy to get you through the day, definitely try to incorporate more minerals and vitamins into your diet. You may be lacking them and you don't even know. So definitely think that that would be super helpful for you. Supports mental clarity and concentration, allowing you to stay focused and productive in your daily activities. So, this is not something that's just good for yourself. This is going to be really helpful for your kids as well. So, you guys want them to have focus during the day. And this is definitely going to help them in school in that way as well. With consistent use, you may experience better endurance and strength, improving your overall physical performance, especially during workouts. Just this past week, I started working out again. we're not going to talk about how that's going. But I am going to stay consistent because I know what's going to happen. I know the benefits. I know that my body is going to start having more endurance and really starting to be able to work out more and for longer time periods of time. And honestly, I'm not doing it to get like skinny, although that's a plus. Trust me, I would love that. But I would definitely am doing it more to be healthier and stronger, doing it more for my cardiovascular health, really trying to take down inflammation, really trying to lower my sugar levels, my heart rate, all of the things. My cholesterol was a little high. So, like I said, I'm doing it more for health reasons and more to be stronger, build some muscle than I am for like skinny reasons. But again, CMOS can absolutely help you with endurance. A lot of our creators here, if you guys follow us here, you know that we have incredible people here that love to work out. They're very talented in that way. And they actually use CMOS for endurance, for muscle recovery, for joint health. And I'm kind of interested to see how that's going to affect me, a beginner kind of in my working out stages. Now, I wasn't always like that. I'll be honest. I got lazy. It's just it is what it is. It's true. And stress in life just got a hold of me, and I just was very lazy and just didn't work out. Now, in being 45, going to the doctor and having a little bit of a wake up call was enough for me to say, Tiff, you need to get yourself together and start taking care of yourself. But we do have some seasoned athletes out there that really are super awesome when it comes to working out. I encourage you guys to follow them as well. They have a ton of information for you guys on how CMOS is actually going to help them in their athletic journeys as well. So yeah, all different ways CMOS is going to help you, all ages and body types. For kids, for the gel specifically, 2 teaspoons daily, 1 jar a month. It would be equivalent to you have adults up to 175 pounds, 2 tablespoons daily. That would be about 2 jars a month. Adults over 175, 2 tablespoons plus 1 teaspoon daily. That would equal like around 3 jars a month. But you can absolutely mix up the products. So I love to mix it up. I get a little bored with just the gel sometimes, even though I like to cook with it and bake with it, mix it into drinks and teas. I do enjoy the gummies. I really do love the drops, and I love the greens, you know this. So I do like to switch it up a little bit, and sometimes I will actually have like gel in the morning and then have like something different in the evening, or I'll have my greens in the morning and have like some gel in the evening. I love the energy and focus that it gives me throughout the day, but I really do love that calming effect for the evening, getting ready for bed and sleep at night as well. So I do like to split up my dosages with CMOS. Here are some of these incredible products here. I do have some here that I can show you. If anybody wants to see anything, here's some of the soaps that you guys just saw, which are really amazing. If you guys have sensitive skin, dry skin, if you guys can't do things with like artificial fragrances, if you are very sensitive to things along that line, if you have eczema, psoriasis, or anything like that, that just is really like inflamed skin, definitely try the soaps. They're all incredible. My favorite set is the green tea matcha, sorry, the coffee vanilla coconut and the oatmeal honey. This is the one set. Really amazing. This is really good for hydration. This is really good for exfoliation. And it really does make your skin nice and smooth and hydrated. They also have the green tea matcha and they have the aloe bergamot. The aloe bergamot is actually in my shower right now. But that's the other set that they have. So if you guys do struggle with any kind of skin health, absolutely recommend trying. You saw all those gel flavors there. There are a ton to choose from. I promise you, you'll find something that you love. And if you don't, go for the gummies or the capsules. They're all awesome options. And like I said, there's tons of different blends that you can choose from, whether it's the elderberry, whether it's the regular sea moss, 1200 milligrams. They have 3,000 milligram gummies, which is an extra strength formula. They have your ashwagandha ones, and they also have your apple cider 10-in-1 gummies as well. You could check those all out in the Amazon storefront. They're all quite delicious. Now, here's a couple little drink ideas for you guys. Maybe you want to give them a try. I'll walk you through them. This is the blue tea that has actually some really awesome benefits to it as well. And we could do a whole live on that if you guys are interested, but it is a very light flavor. It really does help with hormone support. It really does help with focus and skin health. And then I wanted to incorporate the drops in there. So I went ahead and made this like magical kind of like sparkling, kind of like sparkling kind of drink. So I went ahead and got like blueberries. I did crush them up a little bit on the bottom of the cup. I used two dropperfuls of the elderberry drops of sea moss. I did go ahead and add in some edible glitter or edible like luster dust in there. So you're gonna see it does sparkle. You don't have to do that. I just thought it was kind of neat looking. And then I added a little bit of honey in there. I added the tea. I also added in some of my favorite sparkling water. It was like a blueberry kind of or a blackberry kind of flavor. And just kind of mixed it up. That was it. Super refreshing. It was actually one of my little favorite kind of drinks, and it felt like it was like a magical kind of drink. This is that little luster dust. You guys can get them at like a cake supply store. Amazon has all of them. And I just did a couple little spritzes in there. Really quite awesome. I usually use them for like baked goods and stuff like that, but I decided to put it in the drink. It really is quite pretty. I did go ahead, add in that sparkling water. That's the one that I use. You can literally use whatever you want. That's just what I had on hand. Let's go ahead. Okay, I added in the tea, mixed it all up. You can see it blends in beautifully. You can see those sparkles in there. I added in some of that blue butterfly tea. And then I added in a little bit of honey, a little bit of lemon. So something cool about that blue tea, they call it, is it changes color. So actually, if you put some citrus in there, it will actually go from like purple to like a pink. And it really is quite amazing. So definitely give that a try. It's actually kind of fun for your kids as well. I actually like to make that like a lemonade in the spring and the summer. Added some ice, and that's it, you guys. That is how easy it is to put sea moss into a drink and help with detoxification, adding those minerals and vitamins in to a really beautiful, refreshing drink. That is how easy it is. Like I said, you can definitely do this yourself. And now watch when I put this lemon in. How cool is this? So it's like this really vibrant purple color right now. But when you go ahead and add that lemon in, which there you go, it does turn into this bright kind of purpley pink kind of color. It is quite awesome. So that is it. That's all it took for that little drink. Pretty amazing. And again, make sure you're following this or subscribing to the YouTube channel. You can absolutely rewatch this replay if you would like. I know this is going a little slower because we're talking, but you can fast forward. You can definitely rewatch if you want to, find the information out that you want. Really quite awesome. Here's another one of my favorite drinks. And in this one, I actually did the apple flavored drops in one of the teas. And then I also went ahead and used the apple and cinnamon gel. Let me see if I have that one here. Hold on. I may not, because that's actually my favorite flavor. Okay, I actually don't have it here. I probably have it in my fridge. So I actually did this two different ways. I went and used like a chai spice tea. And then I went ahead in one cup, I used a tablespoon of the gel. The other one, I went ahead and used the apple drops. So you have options there. I'm just showing you two different ways that you can use sea moss, whether it is the drops, whether it's the gels. You're just gonna add it right into the tea. Both of them are really, really good. I would say the gel was a little stronger tasting than the than the drops. I tasted the gel more in there, but it was actually really delicious. It complemented that spiced apple kind of flavoring to that tea, and it melts in absolutely beautifully. You won't even notice that it's kind of in there. Really quite awesome and melts right in. Now, the other thing that I went to and decided to do is make it a little bougie and kind of wanted a little more of like a treat kind of drink. So I went ahead and I got some half and half. You can use whatever kind of like milk product that you want. You can use oat milk, almond milk, whatever, regular milk. And I went ahead and frothed it up with my little handheld frother and then just topped it off with some cinnamon. It was amazing. You can add honey in there if you want to sweeten it up. You could also use like date syrup if you wanted to. You can use whatever kind of sweetener if you choose to put in there. But this is just how I kind of went ahead and did this. Just kind of frothed it up and just poured it over top. That's it. And it gave it like this really nice, beautiful texture, creamy and just really delicious. Definitely more of a treat that way. I will tend to use the not use that all of the time, but it was really, really good. So just poured it over. Like I said, you guys can make these things at home. Think about all the money that you guys spend at like Dunkin' Donuts, Starbucks, like things along that line. You can make some of those drinks at home healthier, cheaper, and you are going to get those extra minerals and vitamins support in there as well. Definitely give some of these a try. Really amazing. We loved this. Now, the other one that I went ahead and made, this is another favorite. This is the one with the matcha green tea, um, the uh, the powder. All I did was put some into a cup. I used a half of the scoop because I didn't want to use the whole one. I had added in some boiling water, just like you were to make like regular tea. Frothed it up with the little frother, just so it's like nice and fluffy and light. Now, something that's really good about the greens is you actually don't really need to add any kind of sweetener in there. It is sweet on its own. It has a really delicious flavor to it. So definitely feel free to try it. It really is one of my favorite products. Um, Froth it up, make sure it's blended in really good. And then I just did the same thing. I got a little half and half. I frothed it up really nice and fluffy. And then just poured that over top, you guys. It was so good, so soothing. It really is quite delicious. In fact, sometimes instead of coffee, I will do that in the morning. So this way I'm cutting down some of that caffeine, but I'm still getting that natural energy support. So if you guys are trying to cut down like on your caffeine intake, this is a great way to do so. Really one of my favorite ways to get that natural energy boost without the caffeine jitters for sure. Um, yeah, so just froth it up really nice. And then I just kind of added it into like right on top. Really quite yummy. Look how creamy that looks. It's so good. Trust me on this one. Try it. And again, you don't have to use half and half. Definitely go ahead, use some almond milk, oat milk. You can use whatever kind of creamer that you want. But that is definitely one of my favorite ways to have that matcha. It is so, so good. Definitely recommend trying. And like I said, that is something that I've been replacing some of my coffee with. Instead of having 3 cups of coffee a day, I'll maybe have one, or I'll just have the greens in the morning, just the way just like that. I like to make it hot just so it kind of reminds me of having like coffee in the morning. I don't even miss it, I'll be honest with you. Really quite awesome. Quality that you can trust. Like I said, this is quite amazing. It is made in GMP facilities, made in the USA. There's um, no added sugar, vegan, GMO free, no heavy metals. I wanted to go ahead and show you guys this. Now, some of the gel flavors, most of them are out of stock on Amazon, but that doesn't mean you can't have the gel, right? This is such an easy way to make your own. This is one of the ones that I wanted to show you. This is the wild crafted raw Irish sea moss. They have this one, which was the gold version. Gold is just dried more. And they're both exactly the same amount, 1 pound. This is dried more, this is not as dried. But essentially, what you want to do, and they have really good instructions on the bag here, is you're going to take your sea moss. Just make sure you're only doing like a handful. You definitely don't want to do more than a handful. Let's pause this for a second. So again, you guys can make your own sea moss. It's so much more cost effective. Honestly, it's really simple to do and it's quite fun to make your own. You can see the sea moss does have like this salt still on there. It's very minimally processed. You want to make sure you're rinsing that really, really well. Get all the salt off of there. Sometimes you can find little pieces of seaweed in there. Rinse it really well. You're going to go ahead and then put that rinsed sea moss into clean water. You want to make sure it's not tap water. Sometimes I'll go ahead and use some electrolyte water and soak it for like 24 hours. You're going to see that that sea moss is going to like triple or more in size. It's absorbed that water really, really nicely. And then what you're going to do is in your blender, I have my little Ninja blender here. You're going to take that seaweed, you're going to put it in there with a bunch of liquid, and you're going to kind of go with the texture of the already made gel. So you just want to add a little liquid here and there just to get it to that texture and blend it up. At that point, you can also add in whatever blends you want. You put strawberry in there. You can absolutely add in blueberry. You can add in ginger, turmeric, whatever you'd like. You can see here the way I made it was a little too thick. So I did have to go back and add a little bit of water back into it just to thin it out a little bit. But honestly, really easy. That little bit made me 2 mason jars. This entire bag is literally going to make you almost 10 mason jars full of your own freshly made Irish sea moss that you made yourself, which is pretty amazing. You can use it just like you would use the pre-made gel in the jar. It's exactly what you're making, except you're making it by yourself. And you can add it into recipes. You can add it into your drinks, just exactly how you would if you just went ahead and bought that pre-made gel. So really easy to do. Definitely recommend you guys trying that. It's absolutely one of my favorite things to do when I have the time. And it really doesn't take that long. It's just a matter of like the soaking time. And other than that, it's just taking it out and kind of like using it. Um, but that's exactly how I went ahead and did it. So I don't know if you guys have any questions, but I really do appreciate you guys coming on and hanging out with me. Feel free to go check out all these products in the Amazon storefront that's linked in the description. And make sure you give us a follow here on the YouTube channel. Just so you guys can get notifications when we go live. We have a couple different creators on here. You're going to find somebody who you resonate with, absolutely. We all have different walks of life. We all are a little different in the way we present True Sea Moss and their products, but we have a ton of things coming up. I have some new recipes for you guys. We're going to do some meal prepping together, things along that line. So I hope you guys enjoy this. I hope you have a very rested, awesome rest of your night. And the next time I will be live, let me go ahead and check for you. In fact, let's speed this video up a little bit. Okay, let me check next time I'm going to go live so you guys can tune in if you would like to. Let's see. Let me go ahead. Okay, so the next time I will be live is on the 13th, which is a Tuesday. So feel free to come on then. I will be doing a live stream about homemade chicken noodle soup and adding sea moss into it. So feel free to pop in so you guys can absolutely see how I'm going to make that. Maybe you guys want to try and do it too. So thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you guys soon. Hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and I will see you on Tuesday. Feel free to go ahead and rewatch this. Share this out with your friends if you want as well. We appreciate you here. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you guys on the next one.